The Ten Commandments. Who, why, and what? G'day everyone, Brian here. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be going through the Ten Commandments. You might not know much about the Bible, but that's probably a title you've heard, the Ten Commandments. What are they? Who are they from? Who are they for? And what do they mean? And importantly, how would they be relevant today? But firstly, before we get into each of these commandments that God has given, the Bible. This is where we find the Ten Commandments. Where do we find it? I hear you ask. We find the Ten Commandments in a book called Exodus. We also find them in Deuteronomy, but in Exodus is where we see God giving these Ten Commandments to the people. Now, where is Exodus? Well, Exodus is the second book of the Bible. And so this is just one of our church Bibles. Open it up. Here's Genesis, and then into Exodus. And Exodus chapter 20 is here. So there's a bit that's happened in the story before we get to the Ten Commandments. Kind of good to keep that in mind. When we get to a passage of the Bible, any passage, any topic, we never read everything the Bible says about everything in one chapter. But some people might feel like that's all the Bible is, a book of you can't do this and you can't do that. If you think that, you're wrong, and I'd encourage you to have a closer look. The Ten Commandments do tell us what we can and can't do. But why would God tell us what we can and can't do? Well, because He loves us. In the same way that a parent tells us what we can do and what we can't do, not because they hate us, not because they want to impinge on every aspect of our life and take all the joy out of the world, but because they love us and they want to give us space to be free to enjoy life. So God gives us the Ten Commandments. We will go through them, but first we will set the context. The book of Genesis tells the story of the creation and then sin, where people have decided to reject God. We see that happen again and again. And then the Bible begins to focus on one family, Abraham. And through the generations of his family, we see God's presence expanding until they're back in Egypt and suffering a famine. It's in that context that we begin to understand why God gives these commandments. Tomorrow, we will see the context in which God gives those 10. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.